One of the things I take a lot of pride in when it comes to this channel is the fact that I try to cover every level of college football. If I come across a story at the Division III level, I'll cover it. NAIA level, you name it. I just love college football and giving every program their flowers when I can. Today, we will take a journey to the Division II level to talk about Mars Hill football. You may be asking yourself why. Because after this season, the longest tenured head coach at the level will decide to hang it up after a coaching career that lasted almost 50 years and 32 years at Mars Hill. This is the story of Mars Hill football and Tim Clifton. But before we get into this, if you enjoy college football content like this, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Also, let me know who you want me to talk about in future videos in the comment section below. Last week, on August 11th, Tim Clifton announced he will be retiring at the end of the 2025 college football season. Clifton, the school's all-time winningest coach, transformed the program into what it is today, and he will leave a lasting impact. To understand this, we need to go back to the 1980s. Mars Hill football is in an interesting place. Under head coach Claude Hoot Gibson, they would win a share of the SAC 8 in 1980, and he would finish with a 56-46-3 record, stumbling at the end with a 1-10 record in 1982. Gibson would be replaced by Rick Gilstrap, who would find middling success going 10-11-1 over 2 seasons, before leaving to coach at Wofford following the 1984 season. Then came Steve Patton. Patton would revive the program, leading them to the SAC 8 title in 1985 with an 8-3 record and a 6-1 conference record. It would go 7-3-1 in 1986 before going 3-8 in 1987. In 3 seasons, he would go 18-14-1. Unfortunately, I could not find much information on the Lions football program between 1988 and 1992, but Clifton would arrive in 1993. Clifton's path to Mars Hill is an atypical journey. He was a 3-sport star at Stratford High School in the early 1970s after transferring from Southwest, playing under head coach Billy Henderson. He would play quarterback for the Eagles and led them to the 1970 state championship in football. Was a point guard on the state title team back in 1971, and was a starting shortstop for the Eagles' state-winning squad in 1972. He was named winner of the Dr. John Paul Jones Award as the school's top senior male athlete in 1972, and was elected to Stratford's Athletic Hall of Fame in 2010, and still holds the school record for longest interception return for a touchdown at 103 yards. More of the story, Billy was a fantastic athlete, and all he did was win at the high school level. He would choose to play baseball in college at Mercer under head coach Claude Smith, serving as the team's starting second baseman for 4 seasons. Clifton would return to Stratford High School in 1976, coaching football, basketball, baseball, and track at the high school level. Back in 2014, he told the Macon Telegraph, "I had the privilege of playing for and coaching with Billy Henderson for 3 years. He taught me what it takes to be a successful football coach through his work habits and ethics. I was also privileged to play for Bobby Brown at Stratford, who instilled in us teamwork and patience. 3 other coaches from Stratford, Bubba Adams, Richard Reed, and Grady Smith, also had big influences on my life." He coached at Clark Central in Athens with Henderson for 3 years, and then became an assistant for South Carolina football. He then served as an assistant for VMI before earning the offense coordinator role at Fayetteville State in 1986 and Ferrum in 1987. Then Mars Hill would come calling in 1993. Things would not start off magical, as they would go 4-6 in 1993, would go 7-4 in 1994. That would be his best season as they hovered around 500 the next few seasons before going 1-10 in 98 and 7-4 again in 99. They would hover in the middle of the South Atlantic Conference throughout the 2000s, but never truly broke out as a squad. That was until 2011. Led by running back Jonas Randolph's 2,170 rushing yards and 18 rushing touchdowns, Mars Hill would not only win the SAC conference title, but also make it to the Division II playoffs, where they would lose in the second round. Randolph would win the Harlan Hill Trophy, the Heisman of the Division II level, and Clifton would be named the Conference Coach of the Year. It was a special season, but something they could not repeat again. They would hover around 500 ball again until 2021. They would finish the year 8-3, but just missed out on the Division II playoffs when they lost to Wingate 26-19. Following the season, Clifton told the Citizens Times, "You go 8-3, it's a good year. Our kids played extremely hard and they worked hard. Our coaches worked hard. I thought we had a really great year. You want to be there in November. We went to the last game and that's all you can ask for. We just came up a little short. We played hard, had a chance to win. In 2022, they would win the Mountain Division but lost to Newberry in the SAC Football Championship game 27-24 to finish the year 7-3. 2023 saw them finish 8-2 but miss out on the SAC Conference Championship game as they would win a share of the division but not win the tiebreaker, losing out to Tuscaloosa. Last year the Lions would go 5-4 but went 5-2 in conference play. Heading into the 2025 season, Clifton is Mars Hill's winningest head coach with a record of 173 and 156, and is the conference's second winningest head coach in both overall wins and conference wins. Earlier in August, he announced that it will be his last season serving as head coach. He explained, "I have decided to retire after our 32 years here at Mars Hill and 49 years in coaching to spend more time with my family, especially our 4 grandchildren. We just had another brand new granddaughter this summer. My family and I want to thank Mars Hill University for allowing us to spend the last 32 years as the head football coach here at the university." He has coached 100 all-conference players, 20 All-Americans, and 6 of his former players have gone on to play in the NFL. Athletic Director Rick Baker, who has spent 31 years working with Clifton, spoke on the coach's retirement saying, "Coach Clifton has devoted most of his time to Mars Hill football, to the university, and to all the student athletes he has guided over the last 32 years. His football coaching accolades speak for themselves, but working besides Coach Clifton for 31 years, I saw more than that. I saw a man who loved to win, but more than that, loved to develop young men into good fathers and good citizens. Today is bittersweet for me. I hate to see Coach Clifton retire, and I will miss working with him. On the other hand, I am very happy for him to retire so he could spend time with his grandchildren and family. He has earned it." Beyond his program's success, Clifton has been a respected voice for Division II football, serving as an All-American committee member and both regional and national committee members for the division. While he did not win any national titles and only made the Division II playoffs once throughout his career, he is still a very important figure for not just Mars Hill football, but also for the Division II football as a whole. Mars Hill has already announced who will be the man replacing Clifton, and it will be long-term assistant Kevin Barnett. Barnett played at Mars Hill and joined the coaching staff in 1988 after coaching at Wingate. While playing for the Lions, Barnett was a 2-time conference selection and second-team All-American as a defensive back. He holds a school record for interceptions in a game and most interceptions in a season, leading to being named to the school's Hall of Fame in 1998. Following his graduation, Barnett began his coaching career at Asheville Junior High School, where he served as defensive coordinator while also coaching wrestling and teaching in the physical education department. He spent 1 season as a defensive line coach at Wingate University in 1987, or a brief stint at Forest Hills High School as defensive coordinator. He had started his Lions coaching career serving as the team's defensive backs coach and was promoted to defensive coordinator the following year, role he has held up until today. Baker spoke on Barnett's hiring, saying, "Coach Barnett has been on the football staff for 37 years. He grew up in Mars Hill, had a very successful career playing football for the Lions, and after graduating and pursuing a few short coaching stints at other institutions, he returned to MHU in 1988 and has been coaching Lions athletics ever since. Coach Barnett, like Tim Clifton, is a competitor who wants to win. However, his main goal is to lead student athletes so that they can leave MHU, they will be positive leaders in the communities. We are very lucky to have Coach Barnett and the rest of his staff in place to continue the football program's success." While Barnett spoke on taking over for Clifton, saying, "I want to thank God for the opportunity to be the head football coach here at Mars Hill University. Knowing that I'm an alumnus and grew up in the town makes it even more of a blessing to me. I humbly look forward to leading this staff and football program." Heading into the 2025 season, Mars Hill is projected to finish 5th in the SAC behind Lenore Ryan, Wingate, Carson Newman, as well as Emory and Henry. It will be an exciting season for the Lions, who open up the season on September 6th against Winston-Salem. What do you think? Who is your favorite Division II school? Let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out one of my other videos YouTube thinks you will love right here. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, remember to embrace the grind.